It's so cold. It's so cold in the D. How the fuck we supposed to keep peace? It's all on a nigga's mind. Murking and doing time. It's so cold in the D. How the fuck we supposed to keep peace? It's all on a nigga's mind. Murking and doing time. Whew. It's so cold in the D. How the fuck we supposed to keep peace? It's all on the nigga mind. Murking and doing time. Hey, little baby. Hey, Raphael. Mm, let me pour me a drink. It's so cold, y'all. I don't even need no ice. It's so cold. It's so cold, y'all. It's so cold. But that allows me to break out the sweaters. Hey, Nita. Hey, Lady D. Lady V, I'm sorry. Hey, Yana. Hey, Shawnette. Hey, Dominique. Okay, not too much. I gotta get up early in the morning. Early. Early in the morning. I will cash out $10 to anybody who knows what song that comes from right now. If you know, hey, Mr. Judy. Hey, China Black. Hey, Lastasia. Hey, New Jones. If you knew what song that comes from, I will immediately cash out you $10 right now. Nita, I don't even know what's going on. Oh, Mr. Zudi, how did you know? Give me your cash out, Mr. Judy. I will send you your $10. That is from Drunken Sailor. What do we do with the Drunken Sailor? Early in the morning. What do we do with the drunken sailor? What do we do with the drunken sailor? What do we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? That is Drunken Sailor. That is from, isn't that from Paint Your Wagons? The play Paint Your Wagons? I think that's from Paint Your Wagons. You don't use cat. You got to give me a way to give you your cat your $10, Mr. Judy. Now, no, that comes from the play Paint Your Wagons. Drunken Sailor is the name of the song. It's an old play from way back. What am I eating? Because now that's a whole thing. So I'm eating some now laters, right? Because I'm black, I can't say now and laters. It's now laters. Okay. Um, you know what? I'm not doing this with you, Mr. Judy. So hey, Millie Mill. So I found some now laters. They're called morphs, right? And so they have like it starts off with one flavor and then it morphs in the middle into another flavor. So the flavor I'm on right now is the lemon lime strawberry. That's the ones I'm doing right now. And then they have grape watermelon. That cherry mango I'm excited about. I haven't gotten there yet. And then blue raspberry lemon. Child, y'all know I have to have snacks. Honey, apple candy cane. Ooh, that sounds interesting, Nita. Hey, Des. Hmm. You gotta give Mr. Wait. Did you say Mr. Judy said he got 10 inches or plus, I should say, to go with that $10. so I don't even have to worry. Ooh, mm, the things that we would do with that. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking politics, and y'all got me going down this rabbit hole with y'all. Yeah. Anyway, I I'm mad. I ate the whole box and about to open the little ones. Okay. Ah, child, Nita, you gonna have to send me a DM and catch me up because you know I don't be doing what be going on, honey. Hey, Abby, we ain't really started talking about that yet. So, lots is happening here in these yet to be United States of America. Oh, you did? Okay, I'll look at it. Is that the one you already sent me? I'll look at it. I'm about to eat my gummy worms, and it's all your fault. Go ahead, because that's not the only snacks I have. Y'all know I keep snacks by me. So I'm a huge fan of high chews. Okay. So I really enjoy green apple and grape flavors of stuff. So I wanted a whole pack of green apple high chews. So I got me that because if you don't know what high chews are, you're missing out. Okay. High chews are so good, especially the big bag with tropical flavors that have the passion fruit and mango and um kiwi and a whole bunch of good flavors in that pack. I got some Skittles, the bright side Skittles. And I bought another pack. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I haven't opened it yet, but I bought another pack of the or see, y'all are judging me. I feel y'all are judging me because I'm a snacker. Please don't judge me. So they don't sell what high chews in Kentucky? What Mitch McConnell and his people got against high chews down there to Kentucky? You need to stop with all the sugars. Well, if you was over here to have something in my mouth, Mr. Judy, I wouldn't have to put all of the sugar in my mouth. If you was over here to keep me from putting other stuff in my mouth, if you gave me something to put in my mouth, then I wouldn't have to be eating snacks all the damn time. But since you way over there in Europe, I gotta make do. God. No, I'm not gonna end up with 9 fingers and 9 toes. I don't play them games. My family does not have a history of diabetes. I have no diabetes problem. All my vital signs are great and phenomenal. I am not even remotely in jeopardy of having any type of problems with diabetes. Okay. Play them games now. One thing we're gonna do, we're gonna stay healthy. I have some lemon strawberry edible cookie. Ooh. When you say edibles, do you mean like edibles? Edibles? This damn blood making me want to eat them. Then I'll be high as gas and tipsy off my child. I had the gingerbread Oreos, and those things were so damn good. I had I do like the carrot cake Oreos. I do like those. I really do. Especially when they get soft, and then you have them with some ice cream. Oh, child, don't get me started. This video has turned into a whole thing just about snacks. Listen, I eat a whole thing of Oreos daily. I can't say anything. You know, Mitch is the devil. He is the devil. High chews at the they so Japanese dollar store. Child. Them high chews be hitting. They be hitting. Matter of fact, let me eat one now. Now that y'all done got me excited about my little high chews. Let me open this up. Eat my little high chews. I'm letting people get up in here before we start talking about all this politics and stuff. Keeping y'all informed. I'm not in Europe any more. Oh. Well then, Mrs. Judy. Now, when I come up there to that area, you gonna pay me a visit so we can talk politics, so I can make my way to the poll. Why are people nice to me? Why are people nice to me? I haven't had the gingerbread Oreos yet, but if y'all tell me it's good, I'll try it. Um, let me too. My metabolism been high my whole life. I've been real thin my whole life. Right now, this is the most I've ever weighed in my life. Like my weight right now is the most I've ever weighed in my whole life, and I still don't weigh 150 pounds. But this is the most I've weighed my entire life. Mm. Anyway, I just want to know why your senator didn't show up for the debate. That ain't my senator. Listen, I'm still a registered voter in the great state of Florida because I still have residence. I still have a house in the great state of Florida. So, and I can't stand my current senators, both of them, Trick Scott or Marco Rubio bitch ass. I don't like neither one of them. So don't get me started on my senators down to the great state of Florida. Now, if you're talking about Purdue, who decided not to show up, child, that's a whole nother story. I stumbled upon the gingerbread Oreos and CVS. They found they found you. I've been searching for more of them. It was a child, not Trick Scott. Like we never say his name out loud. Like, oh God. Anyway, so while we're laughing, let's talk about something that's even more hilarious that I saw in politics. Okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So Donald Trump and his cronies and the people around him have thrown out there that what they plan to do is this. Now, I'm gonna tell you what the plan is. If they're successful, blame the media. Okay. Here's his plan from what I read. The plan is for January 20th, when he does his ceremonious exit from the White House, gets on Marine One. Well, at that point, because I think when he makes his exit, it'll be after 12. So it won't be Marine One anymore, it'll be Marine Two. Anyway, um, fly down to Florida, where he's going to hold this huge Trump rally that he or COVID con, this huge Trump rally, COVID con, because he wants to take the spotlight and limelight away from the inauguration and what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have going on. So his plan is to, take all of the spotlight away from that and have his own COVID con down there in Mar-a-Lago. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, I want Donald Trump to remove everything. Please take everything out. Matter of fact, when he leave, I'm telling the whole White House staff strip everything the fuck down. Only thing you leave is the outside walls, not the inside walls. Strip that shit down too. But the outside wall, that's the only thing that should be left. Because I don't know what the fuck he got going on. Take all this shit. Bitch, you can take it all. Take everything. Don't leave nothing. Anything you left will be burned. Not sold, not thrown away, burned. Okay? All right, all right, Lady T. We'll be here. We can't even Lysol the building. You just got to go through there with a whole hazmat unit. You got to have a whole hazmat team that go through that. Listen. Hello. Excuse me. Not only has he been in there in various stages of undress, doing only God knows what, that porn skank wife of his has been doing the same thing. Child. Dear God. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. Oh, he's going back to Florida. Because he knows Ron DeSantis will protect him at all costs. Ron DeSantis is going to try to protect him at all costs. Okay? But listen to me. I said this on a previous live last week. This is so good. This candy I'm eating is so good. And I'm going to say it again. No, that's not what I said. I ain't say the candy is so good. But I'm going to say this again. What I said last week. Joe Biden, listen to me and hear me good. If and when Donald John Trump Sr. is arrested, indicted, convicted, sentenced, and all of that good shit that comes along with the cornucopia of charges that he has, the bevy of charges that he will be facing in and out of all of, across the fruited plains. Okay? If you, Joseph Biden, do any parts of a pardon, or what's the other word I'm looking for when they remove all of the sentencing, oh God, it's pardon or damn it, I can't think of the word. Start with a C. Oh God, my mind just went blank. Commune. That's what it is. If you pardon that young man or commune that young man talking about some bullshit about, oh, he's a former president and I want to show, mercy and grace and all of this bullshit, and I want to reach across let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I am going to come on that live, and I promise you I'm going to be on this live for about 6 or 7 hours going in on Joe Biden for the old, the new, the past, the present, the beginning, the end, the first and the last, the Alpha, the Omega, the Genesis to the revelations of it all. Oh no, let's be clear. You cannot play nice with that young man. You cannot. You cannot. You can't be nice to him. You can't try to appease him. You can't try to be cordial with him. You cannot be amicable with him. None of it. I don't want to hear none of that shit. None of it. Because the Democrats have a history of fuck shit and fuckery. Whenever things start to go their way, they have a propensity to fuck up. Oh, you gonna come on that live with me, Mr. Judy, and go in too? I'm telling you, we gonna go in and they have. I'm here for it. I dropped the link now if you want to come on, Mr. Judy. You can come on now. I don't care. We can talk about, because I'm about to go in on the Democrats for a little bit. About to go in on the Democrats for a little bit because they about to piss me off. I can already see how this is about to go. Hold on. Because I already know the Democrats always find a way to fuck up. Shit goes their way and they find a way to fuck up. Hey, Miss Witt. So here's the first place the Dems are fucking up. Joe Biden under pressure from, and let me applaud, first of all, let me applaud the Congressional Black Caucus. Last week, Really B and I were having whole conversations about how all of these, it don't matter, Mr. Judy, we'll understand. You do well enough in the chat, so you'll be fine. Hell, you speak better English than most of the people in the beef sector. So, I mean, your English in the chat is way better than most of the people's English in the beef sector. So I'm sure you'll be fine. Don't worry. Well, Jay, I don't mind if you have something to say, but I'm unlike most people on StreamYard. Most of the people on StreamYard, they're real nice. They'll let people come on and say any kind. I don't play them games. I don't let people come on and say anything. If you say something that's even remotely out of the way, I'm going to take you off and shut you down. And you see, I take my own friends off of StreamYard, put them right on in the background, get on out. So that's just my thing. You're welcome to come on, sure. But I don't play them games. I have control here. There is complete control, and I have complete responsibility for what comes on my StreamYard. Anyway, so let's talk about how I was talking to Really B last week about how Joe Biden talked in his acceptance speech about he owed a debt of gratitude to Black people and so forth. But yet, when we look at his big nominations for his cabinet, we ain't seeing nothing Black. Let's be clear, especially not in the top four. Top four VP, well, I'm not VP, but top four AG, Attorney General, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, and Treasury Secretary. Those are like the top four. Okay, those are the top. Those are the top four. If you want to include NSA in there, you can. At that point, none of the ones he had chosen was Black. Okay, so I was saying to Really B, and I said it on the live, Joe Biden, you fucking off. And you owe us. You can go ahead and try and pick all of these Asian people, Latino people, and all of this stuff. But let's be clear. If not for Black people in South Carolina, you don't even get the Democratic nomination, much less have the opportunity for Black people to save you again in the general election. Let's be clear. So, yesterday, came out yesterday that he was going to choose General retired 4-star General Lloyd Austin for his Secretary of Defense. Great. However, here's the problem. Black man, impeccable credentials, impeccable record, impeccable service to this country. He is somebody who, yes, is the best man for the job. However, the problem that came in is this. Secretary of Defense is designed to be for a civilian and not someone out of not somebody immediately out of the military. I'm gonna get there, East Starkey. I'm gonna get there. Now, you are if you were in the military, you are considered a civilian if you've been retired 7 years or more, which means um you are far removed enough from the military where you can call yourself a civilian, 7 years or better. So, in order for you to take that seat, they have to give you what's known as a waiver. That waiver has to come from both houses of Congress. Has to come from the House of Representative, a waiver to say it's okay for this person who doesn't meet the requirement of being a civilian, as well as get that waiver from the Senate. And that waiver comes by way of a vote. Okay. Now, hold on, y'all. Let me hold on, y'all. I need to hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold your horses. Hold on, y'all. I see somebody in my background. Oh boy. Oh, show me your face in the background. They can't see you, only I can see you in the background. It's because I don't like to be surprised. You don't have to show your face on screen. I just need to see you in the background. Make sure you're a real person. Make sure you're not gonna do like some of these people that when you bring them on, they show their penis. Not that I don't want to see a penis, but I don't think YouTube wants me to flash penises across YouTube. You know. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll oh, hold on. Okay, okay. Let me know when you're ready. I'll be here. Just let me know. So anyway, oh, I know it's not you, Mr. Judy. That was Jay who was on here earlier. So hey, Blue Cartier. General Austin retired in 2016, which would make him 4 years removed from the military. He's a credential holder, does all of that. Now, one would think that the Congress, both chambers of Congress, gave graces to the Trump administration and gave General Mattis waivers to take the seat as Secretary of Defense under the Trump administration. The only other person that got a waiver to do the such was way back in Truman's administration. So the problem is that now there are Democratic fucking senators saying that they're not going to approve General Austin to get a waiver. Already, they done already came out and said they're not Democratic senators, mind you. Wait, no, you ready? But no, I'm saying before I bring you on, I just, oh, well, he's going, oh, you got, well, you know. All right. So my problem is this. While I understand the Democrats trying to allegedly make this move to go back to normalcy with regard to the government and how we run the government. And while that's laudable and something that we do want to do, in this case, I think they should have just gone ahead and said, yeah, we'll give him. looking at this man, looking at his credentials, looking at his record, looking at his service and what he's done for this country. Okay, if you're ready, like I said, just oh, okay, I got you. All right, you can go back. All right. One would think that people would, that the Democrats, I should say, would say, hey, we're gonna give you a waiver. We gave Trump a waiver. We're gonna, give Biden a waiver. Now, if you came out and say, hey, Biden, we're gonna do you this solid this first go round because of who it is, but don't look for us to do no more. And I understand you saying we don't want to set a precedent, but when people came right out, like as soon as the his name started to come out, and you had people on the Democratic side that already was coming right on out saying, well, nah, I don't know if this is the right move. It gave me pause, and I started to side eye them. Of course, I went the whole black angle at first. My first mind was, y'all wasn't saying all that when it was General Mattis. I didn't even hear that many Democrats making too much of a fuss when General Mattis came up for his confirmation hearings. I ain't hear no fuss being made. I ain't hear nobody in the confirmation hearings saying all of this stuff about why should we be picking people with waivers who need waivers and all that. But now all of a sudden, when it's General Austin, when it's this black man, one of ain't even been that many four-star generals in the military in the history of this country. It gave me pause, and I said to myself, "Self, here we go with the Dems. Find a little way to fuck up, like they always do." Hi, Jay. You wanted to come on and talk to
Hey,
me?
hey, what's up? Hey, I be in the bushes. I watch everybody, but I don't really join these stream yards and stuff. But I did want to join when someone was talking about politics because I like the
Hmm.
politics lives and whatnot. So, and I like what you. Now I've watched some of your other lives, and I like some of your, your talking points and whatnot, what you said.
Oh, I
So,
appreciate that. Feel free
yeah,
to chime in.
yeah. So I don't with what you're saying with his cabinet picks. I said the same thing. I said how Joe Biden is like. You can we cuss on here? Is that
Hmm.
oh okay? Some
We
people
sure
accent.
can.
Yeah, so I feel like he's bullshitting because it's like okay, yeah, you're saying, oh yeah, I want my cabinet to look like America, but you're being like you said, you're putting Asian people in Hispanics and stuff like that. But the black people you're putting them in the black people that you have chosen, like you said, you're putting them in lower positions. So and then I guess he's figured, well, I have a black woman as my vice president, so that's all I really need. So soon as he got backlash for that, now you're saying he's putting this black guy. And so what is he going to be? The Secretary
Hmm.
of Defense? Is that it?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Now let's
So,
be clear,
hmm
and I didn't hit on it like I wanted to, but kudos goes out to the CBC because you got a lot of people over the last couple months that have talked about, oh, I'm here to speak for black people and I want to bring the agenda for black people. We ain't looking for you for that Ice Cube. We ain't
hmm
looking for you for that Lil Wayne. We ain't looking for that's not your job. Whose
no.
job it is the CBC.
Oh,
Elected
hmm
officials who are a caucus, who are in politics, who know lawmaking, and whose job it is to carry
hmm
the message for us as a people. Now they were on
yeah,
top of it. I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie. They went to Biden early on and say, "Hey, bruh, you owe us. We did our
hmm
job. Where's our people?" Now they went to Biden way early last week and
hmm
went to him and said, "Bruh, get your life in order." And I
hmm
have to commend them because they are on top of things. Even going back to the Trump administration, the CBC, I think it was like week 1 or week 2 of him being in office, went to him with a whole comprehensive couple thousand page plan about the agenda that of things that he can do to address, black people and our
hmm
issues, and he used it as toilet paper.
Yep. But and then going back to what you said about like Ice Cube, I said that from the beginning. I was like, Ice Cube, you're a rapper. You're not an activist. You don't represent me as a black person in this country. But my whole thing is like, use your platform and the money that you have to put behind one of these activists that's out there that's doing the groundwork and know what they're
That's
doing.
that
You don't know
point.
what the fuck you doing. I'm putting out the what is he called? What do he call this thing? The
I forgot what it was.
record.
I
Yeah,
read
it was
it,
some
but
bullshit.
it was
Yeah,
like 2 pages. It was like two
yeah.
pages.
And I'm
First of all, I can't even give you all my own personal issues in 2
2
pages.
pages.
So how the fuck you gonna give
For
the
400 years of oppression is gonna be fixed in 2 pages. Yeah,
what?
yeah. It's not. It's not. And he was full of shit. And my whole thing is everything he was doing was based on helping Trump, and he was always attacking Biden and attacking the Democrats and all this stuff. So we already know where you was at, where your head was at. You're trying to say, "Oh, I'm trying to help black people," but you really want Trump to get back in there to save your taxes, and that's all it was. He didn't fool me at all. None of them
Little
fooled
baby said, "Welcome
me.
out the bushes." I be in the bushes all the time, but you get bit by ants in the bushes. I'm just saying, I know because I
No,
in
I'm
the bushes.
I'm not. I watch all this stuff, especially the beef sector and all that stuff for entertainment, but I'm not getting I'm not getting involved. All that foolishness.
But so Loving by Peace, hey, Loving by Peace said, I just want him to choose the best qualified people. I think he
Mhm.
got a race chart and is checking boxes.
Yeah.
Even if that's the case, even if you got a chart that says I need 4 blacks, 2 Hispanics, 1 Asian, 1 Southeast Asian,
Mhm.
1 Middle East Asian, you know what I'm just
Mhm.
saying? You know, 1 this, 1 that, okay. And I don't even have a problem if you're doing that. I think that even if you said I need to meet this quota, you can find qualified candidates for that
Yeah.
quota. I don't even have a problem with that. If you say I want it to be diverse like the country is and I need this number, fine,
Mhm.
you can do that. And that is because like people like we say there are a bevy of qualified individuals in each race, ethnicity, and
Mhm.
sect within the United States of yet to be America.
Mhm.
Um, just saying. But and that's what I mean by General Austin. General Austin is overly qualified,
Yeah.
which is why I kind of looked sideways. I was like, this what we doing now?
But yeah, and it's too. You want to put people. One thing I do like, he is putting people in there that are definitely qualified for these
Mm-hmm.
positions. I will say that because it ain't like Trump that was just putting whoever in there that don't know what the fuck they doing. So
Whoever
I
gave them
definitely, yeah, whoever
checks.
gave them some money, yeah, pretty much. That's I'll give you a position. So I do
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that he is putting people in there that are qualified. But then, like you said, you want people in there that's going to have. Because I was talking to one of my friends about this, and I was saying, the importance of voting. And I said after this election, black people can no longer say use that excuse, my vote don't count, or it don't matter if I vote. I don't got to vote because we saw in this election everybody vote count, and it was the black people votes that pushed us over. So it was the votes from Atlanta, Philly, Detroit. That's what pushed him over and made him win. So you cannot use that excuse that your vote doesn't count because you see in this election your vote counts. So
It certainly does.
yeah.
Now, I like I said, I feel like the Democrats, like I said, they're gonna
Mhm.
find a way to fuck up. Hey,
Mhm.
L Love, they're gonna find a way to fuck up.
Mhm.
And I think that at least with General Austin. Now, I'm not saying you should waive and bend rules for everybody because that's not the case. But when you put someone with the credentials of a General Lloyd Austin up, that's not the time for you to hold fast to all of your, oh no, we can't have, come on now.
Mhm.
Because you need somebody who like him who's this stabilizing figure who could be, because you've had like five or six secretaries of defense over the last 4 years. How many heads of the DOD have we had in the last 4 years? Let's be clear.
Mhm. Mhm.
We've had like 4 or 5. Didn't he just fire a whole bunch of people down there to the Pentagon?
Well, that's Trump. Trump is the minute you disagree with anything I say, you out, you fired. Like the
Exactly.
attorney
And
general
that's
is about to
why
get fired. Like everyone that disagree, he's a narcissist. Everyone that disagrees with anything he says, they out. So it's just
and
like,
so that's why I think with the DOD being damn near in turmoil at
mhm.
this point, and there's so much topsy turvy, so much unpredictability over there. You need somebody who knows what's going on, who is credentialed, who is respected, who knows the lay of the land. He was um chief of staff for the army, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was deputy chief of staff for the army or
He's,
whatnot. So
he's
you're talking
definitely
about a
qualified.
four-star general.
Mm-hmm. But
And if you need to check the boxes, which he does now, and I saw that comment, but I do think to a certain degree, Joe Biden knows he has to check a couple boxes. And
yeah,
so if you're in the business of making sure that I fulfill and I check these boxes, make sure that they're qualified. And the reason I say I don't have a problem with them saying check a box, because what happens is, left to their own devices, what white people do when you say to them, well, don't worry about, you know, checking boxes, just worry about getting the most qualified person. They're always going to find the most qualified white
white
person.
person. Because I said this too. The only reason he chose Kamala Harris was because he was getting so much
Mm-hmm.
backlash and so much push from the black community to pick a black woman. Because all he said was I was going to pick a woman. Trust me, if he wasn't getting that push from the black community to pick a
That's
black
right.
woman as vice president, I'm sure he would have picked a white woman. I'm
That's
sure
right.
he would have.
And
I'm
the
sure
thing
he would
about
have.
it is, too, I know point blank. Remember how abruptly Kamala Harris bowed out of her presidential run?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that conversation was had right then.
Mm-hmm. And that's
That
why she was like, all right, I'll
conversation was
drop
had
out.
with her.
Mm-hmm.
They made it like, oh, I just needed more money in my campaign. And it was still way early on before you could start making those things. I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you, those conversations were had back channel and said, listen, can you just bow out now?
Mm-hmm.
And we promise you, we will give you VP.
Yeah, yeah. And it's some people, not even with black people, but it's some people in general. Like I really think that has really helped through this whole year of campaigning and whatnot. That he hasn't picked, he hasn't chosen. I was thinking he was going to choose Stacey Abrams or something. I really wish he would have chose her for his VP pick. That was my choice if he was going to pick a black woman with Stacey Abrams. But you know, from what do you think about her? You think she would have been a
I
good VP
love
pick?
what Stacey Abrams does and brings, because what she
Mm-hmm.
does is she's one of those people who understands how to play the politics, how to
Mm-hmm.
get the young progressives as well as the old centrists,
Mm-hmm.
and get them to say, no, I want you to coalesce with me. We're all going to come together. She knows how to knock on doors and meet the needs of people where they are. And not just her, but there are several
Uh-huh.
individuals and organizations that are doing that. The problem
Mm-hmm.
is the leadership in the Democratic Party doesn't want to do that.
No, and it comes down really to her too. I hate to say this, but it's her look. She doesn't. If you
Hmm.
notice, black people who get into high positions within politics, they
Now, you
have
talk
that
about
Kamala
checking
Harris.
boxes.
Yeah, they have
She
that
don't check
Kamala
those
Harris
boxes. She don't
Obama
have the
look.
straight
Yeah,
hair. She's
mm.
not thin.
She's a
She
heavy
ain't all of
set,
that.
brown skinned, darker skinned
Hmm.
woman. And you
She's
notice,
not as palatable
hmm
for white people.
hmm like you
Let's
said,
just be clear.
it's that you're black, but you're not that aggressive, or you're not that what's the word I'm looking for? You're not that that black person that I'm scared of. That I'm going to be. You don't give me that look. Like Obama, he looks like the nice black guy, light skinned black guy that hangs out with has white friends that
And
I
and
feel
I hate to
comfortable
go
with.
down the colorism
Yeah.
road, but let's be
Mhm.
clear. People find darker skinned black people
Mhm.
much more intimidating.
They do.
Much more intimidating.
Mhm.
Watch this. Now, this is gonna come out harsh. Now, I'm really about to go down the rabbit hole. Hold on, let me drink before I go too far down. Think about all of the dark-skinned black males in politics.
Mhm.
Many of them end up being Republicans, don't they? Because they can be as angry as they want to be, because now you're aligned with the white people. Let me drink
Mm.
before I go down another rabbit
I
hole.
never thought. I've never thought about that, but that's true.
Think about them.
I never thought
Alan
about that.
Keyes, Tim Scott. Your boy who just died. Well, I can't think of this man name. A Godfather speedster.
Herman Cain.
Herman Cain. Think about a lot of the dark-skinned black men in politics. I'm not saying all, but think about a lot of them. They end up being Republicans because Republicans feel like, oh, you gonna give me all of that anger for my cause? Sure, we will embrace you with open arms. Because you're gonna fight against all your other people over there.
Yeah. And speaking to that,
Clarence Thomas, thank you, E. Starkey.
Yeah, I can't stand his ass. Uncle Thomas.
He makes my nuts
itch. Yeah. But if you look at, did you watch the debate the other day between the governor debate for Georgia? Yeah. So if you look at a lot, I know after the debate, a lot of people were saying, I wish he would have went hard on her. He had so much ammunition that he could have really went hard on her. But
if that man would have went in on her,
that woman would have started crying on that stage.
Listen, that would have been the headlines for the next 2 weeks. Oh, this black man, mind you, he's a man of the cloth now.
Yes.
All of that would have been thrown out of the window. Okay, he would have been angry black man berating and coming down on this gentle, soft white woman. Let's be clear. White women have been the demise of the human species and civilization as we know it from the beginning of the annals of time. Let's be very clear. Civilizations and empires have ended because of fucking white women and their little tears or whatever. Black women are the mechanism by which our entire species are here. White women are the mechanism by which our species will end up being, no longer the dominant species on this planet. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, it's true, and it's crazy to me, even with politics. When you really think about it, it's like I was thinking about this, and I was like, why is it that the majority of our country, because they were saying like the majority of the country has progressive ideas, progressive views, but why, when you look at the Congress, why is it old ass white men over the age, most of them over the age of 60 and 70, that's about to die, that's making decisions for us, that they're gonna be dead in the next 10 years, and we got to live with this shit for the rest of our life. And y'all making all these decisions, especially these conservatives, that's making all these decisions that's taking us back in time, but then we have to live with this shit. Look at Donald Trump, all the shit he do. Donald Trump is 74 years old. He probably ain't gonna be alive in the next 10 years. And it's like, but you're in here doing all this shit and making decisions for us that we have to live with for the rest of our lives. And it's, that makes no sense.
I really feel like, first of all, that debate wasn't going to do anything. It was not going to move the needle either way. So I think he did what he was supposed to do. Quiet as it's kept, she did what she was supposed to do, was supposedly to keep repeating radical progressive or radical liberal, whatever the hell that was. She kept repeating. She has no answers for any of the fuckery.
She was a robot.
She's been in office.
She was not even elected. She was appointed to that position.
She was appointed. Because no answer.
Yeah, by the governor.
And that appointment came because she wrote a check.
Yes, her husband
now,
is
Jim Perdue,
the CEO of the New York Stock Exchange. She's one of the richest senators in the country.
Right.
She is the richest senator in the country.
And Jim Perdue knew he didn't have no answers for John Ossoff. He didn't even show up. He said
he got embarrassed in that first debate he came to. So he didn't come back.
Laughlin, whatever the hell her name is. She knew she could rest on, I'm a white woman, and these yet to be United States still can't stand to see a black man verbally accost a white woman, so I'm not really worried. Whereas Jim Perdue knew it's white man versus white man, privilege versus privilege. So I'm gonna have to stand in this octagon and go blow for blow.
And he could take the gloves off. Yeah, he could take the gloves off and go.
He knew.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want none of that smoke. Nah, I'm just gonna foul this one out. Hey, Monk Chip Boo. Hey, love. Hey, he
Yeah.
knew. Yeah, I ain't going.
But that
Mm.
But that one,
Nope.
but the Kelly, she knew. She was like, yeah, the minute this man gonna try to go at me, all I gotta do is start crying or act hurt or whatever, and pull this, white woman in distress role, and I'm gonna get all the sympathy. If he did come in there trying to go hard at her, so that's why I knew. I think if people said, "Hey, you can state the facts, but still keep calm, no matter what happened, because you already know how you're gonna get, you know, looked at in the media if you do come in there like that, super hard and super aggressive. So it's kind of
I
stuff.
think.
It was a catch twenty
Well,
two.
there's a lot of things. Well, I think part of it is too when we talk about these Senate seats. Jim Perdue stands a better chance of winning than Laughlin.
Mm-hmm.
Because John Ossoff, for a lot of white people, comes off as this young white liberal that they just don't like in states like Georgia. And Jim Perdue looks like, okay, he goes down to the local gas station and pumps his gas with me and is just as racist as I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
So they can
I
get
live
down
in
with that.
Georgia, and I live in Georgia, and I know I live in Atlanta, and I'm like, everybody when they think of Georgia, they like, oh, Atlanta's black, and it's like, no, when you go 30, 45 minutes outside of Atlanta, it's
They'll
white
remind you
and
real fast.
racist, very white, very racist. So it's Georgia's not Atlanta. Yeah, is one part of it, but Georgia is totally different. So, but I don't. I mean, I hope that both of them can win, but I really don't know. I mean, like you said, the other guy does have a better chance, but I don't know.
I mean, I hope both of them
Mhm.
win. That's the only shot Biden has for anything. And if the Dems,
Mhm.
and I've been saying this from the mountaintop, is if the Dems are being honest with themselves, you can't take a victory lap after 2020 because you
Mhm.
lost seats in the House. You let motherfuckers like Susan Collins win
Mhm.
re-elections.
And what's the other dude?
How did Susan
Lindsey
Collins win re-election?
and Lindsey Graham. How the hell did he win? I was just like,
Lindsey Graham, I can understand Lindsey Graham
because
because
he's
it's
in the
South
South.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Because
South
it's South
Carolina. That is
Carolina.
true.
Susan Collins is in fucking Maine.
Mhm.
Blue country.
Mhm.
This she I'm not gonna even let myself go down the road with Susan Collins. I ain't even
Mhm.
going down there. But my point is, y'all didn't make the kind of ground that you thought you were going to be able to make Democratic parties by just saying we're not Trump.
Mhm.
You didn't make the kind of grounds that you thought you were going to make.
That's because that's what they ran on. Trump is bad. Trump
And
is this. Trump is
exactly.
racist. But you're not really talking about what you're going to do. So
And the
all of
other thing
these,
is, go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm saying. So it's like all of these racists and all these Republicans or people that's on the fence. They like, well, I'm gonna go with who I already went with, who I already was thinking about going with. So they're gonna stick with the Republicans, even though, and it's crazy because people vote against their best interest. Like especially with the guy in South Carolina with Lindsey Graham, that pissed me off because the other
Mhm.
guy, the black guy that was running, like he was talking
Harrison,
about
Jamie
help. Yeah,
Harrison.
yeah, he was talking about helping the state of Carolina, trying to go and get him better health care, getting more hospitals, helping out those rural areas where they don't even have internet access out there in those rural areas, helping the people of the South Carolina. What has Lindsey Graham talked about? He's done nothing but kiss Donald Trump ass, and he ain't trying to do nothing to help nobody.
Listen,
Black man, you would rather vote for this racist, uh, gay? To me, I don't. I think he is gay, but this racist white man, undercover white man.
oh, you talk about
That,
Lady G? Oh,
yeah,
she's as gay as the day is long.
yeah, yeah.
Remember, it came out that that woman was taking dick, and more dick down there in the greater DC area, paying for all kinds of escort. I did a whole video about it. I got a lot of hate comments underneath it, but I don't care.
It just
Let's be clear. That woman take dick, and more. She was doing lines off of escorts' dicks. She was
wow,
doing lines of coke
wow.
off of escorts' penises. I mean, I guess it has to be hard, so it kind of it's
Wow.
stimulator, and yeah, I'm just saying. Not perpendicular. That would be parallel, not perpendicular. Anyway, but and they call him Lady G.
I don't know. I can't hear. Can you hear me? I don't know. It's
I can
cracking
hear
up.
you.
Okay.
But
All right. Go
here's the
ahead.
one thing that the Democrats have to think about. The Democrats have to think about the fact that this is the first election cycle in almost 60 years. I think it is 60 years or better, where the Democrats did not win the 18 to 35 vote. They lost the 18 to 35-year-old vote, 18 to 34-year-old vote. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. That is unheard. He might have to come back and go out. He might be going out to come back in, but that's unheard of. And so then you talk about they got to reach out to the progressives and to the younger generation. I don't know. I think Lindsey may have cheated after what he said in the Georgia governor child. He might have. I wouldn't put it past him. Speaking of Georgia governor, there was push for him to not certify the election in Georgia after they did 3 recounts, and they wanted him to, instead of having the electoral college, the people who had been voted into the electoral college to go and certify the vote for Georgia for Joe Biden, wanted him to appoint politicians, Republican politicians, to go in there and change the vote. That's not how this works. Even he, as the governor, said, I just can't do that. I mean, what are we doing? We're just making up rules as we go along. Mitch McConnell, speaking of which, people that are just going against what we know to be normal, what we know to be standard rules of government here in these yet to be United States. We still do have laws in place, okay? So there is a joint inauguration committee, okay? When I say joint, members of the Congressional Inauguration Committee span both houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. You got people like Nancy Pelosi on this committee and Mitch McConnell on this committee. They're not the chairs of the committee, but they're both on that committee. We're talking about the brass of Congress on this inauguration committee. And you have individuals like Mitch McConnell and his fellow Republicans on this committee that are voting in the committee not to approve certain things or not to certify based on the committee that there's going to be an inauguration for Joe Biden because they refuse to accept the fact that Joe Biden won. So they're refusing to vote that we're going to have an inauguration for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. This is what y'all have going on. These are the people who you elect to make laws, but yet they don't want to follow laws that are in place. Make it make sense. Are you on your phone, Jay?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's like you're
It might
breaking
be
up when
your
I come in
phone
here,
because a lot of
but I hear you
times,
fine on YouTube.
yeah, a lot of times on your phone.
Yeah.
And if you want,
I'll just
I'll
go.
go out.
I'll go back in the chat. But it
No,
was
no, no,
good
no.
talking on
It's
here.
not you. It might be me. I'll go back out and come back in. Hold on 1 second. Hold
Okay.
on. All right. That might be better. So you got people like the Republicans on this committee that refuse to vote on motions for the upcoming inauguration because they have refused to accept that Joe Biden
What's
is
going on?
president elect. The fuckery. I'm trying to make it make sense. Trump. Oh, more fuckery. So, in news of mind your own fucking business in politics,
I just froze.
the Attorney General for the great state of Texas has filed motions with the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, not to accept the elections from Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and some of the other states that went for Joe Biden. Let me say that. Let me say that again for you. You have the Attorney General, excuse me, of the state of Texas. All right, Jane, who is filing a lawsuit about the election results in other states. Now I want y'all in the chat to make that shit make sense. You the Attorney General in Texas. Texas went for Donald Trump. Mind your own business. Be happy with what y'all got going on. Why the fuck is it your concern about another state's elections? And you're the Attorney General for the state of Texas. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. Like, I read that and I was like, this has to be an SNL sketch. I'm like, what the fuck? Get y'all people. Please get y'all people. I think I'm gonna end. We've been on here for more than an hour. Yeah, we've been on here longer than an hour. I think I'm gonna end with some good news. Oh, more good news. Start the good news off with Marcia Fudge, who's former national president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Shout out to all my Deltas out there, Crimson and Cream Love. She has been named as Biden's pick for Secretary of HUD Secretary. I'm good with that. Now, I had heard that they were thinking that he was going to give her agricultural secretary, but she just got named as Biden's pick earlier this evening for HUD. Good. I'm glad. I'm good. I'm good with it. Although the CBC and some of the other black leaders were wanting him to pick someone who had been a former mayor, a black person who had been a former mayor. And I'm not sure if Marcia Fudge is a former mayor. Is she? Any Deltas in the room? Um, I don't think Marcia Fudge had been a former mayor. I could be wrong. That ICE situation in New Jersey, I've been doing some research on that, Mrs. Judy. Stay tuned with that. There's some more coming out with that, and I don't want to say yet, but I want to wait till that other stuff unravels with that I've been doing research on about that, and I've been talking to people about. Stay tuned. That's why I haven't said anything about that yet. Now, So I'm happy about Marcia Fudge. Good. Black woman. Um, she's a representative out of Ohio. She's a US representative out of Ohio. So it's a whole situation in where ICE is being. I don't want to go into it yet because there's still some stuff with it. But when I'm going to break it down, you can look it up and you can Google it and it'll come up. Um, but there's more to come with that. I'm gonna say that. So that's the first good news. Marcia Fudge. Second one, Rashida Jones. Not Rashida Jones, who's Quincy Jones's daughter, who's an actor or actress, not her. Another black Rashida Jones, because you don't have too many white people named Rashida. Anyway, has been named the new president of MSNBC, which is really good. Um, she's the first black female president of a cable news company or station or cable news network. I shouts out to her. I applaud her. Also on MSNBC, um, the spot where AM Joy, where Joy Reid was from 10 to 12 on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, is now going to be filled by, I know Jonathan Capehart, who's a black gay man, um, openly gay black man. He's going to do Sunday 10 to 12, and there's a black woman. Her last name is Cross. Why I can't think of this lady name? Who's going to fill the spot? Hold on, I can't. It's what's the lady? Hold on, y'all. God. Tiffany Cross. That's her name. Tiffany Cross. Um, couldn't think of her name. I had her face in my head. They're going to take over. Tiffany Cross is going to do Saturday 10 to 12. That spot where AM. I think it's still going to be called. I'm not. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if they're going to rename it from AM Joy, but I know Tiffany Cross will be taking over Saturday 10 to 12, and Jonathan Capehart will be doing Sunday 10 to 12. Shouts out to them. We applaud them. We celebrate them. Um, Also news from news more news about the news and the media. CBS anchors on the weekend is now going to both Saturday and Sundays will be filled by women and women of color. Both women of color. You have Jerica. What's Jerica last name? I see her name in my head. What's Jerica last name? Jerica Duncan. Jerica Duncan and Adriana Diaz. You might remember Jerica Duncan when that whole Bill Cosby thing was going on, and you saw her a lot during that time when the Bill Cosby trial was going on. Beautiful black woman. She's going to be doing, I believe, Sundays, the anchor spot on Sunday CBS Evening News, and Adriana Diaz, both beautiful black women, will be doing Saturday CBS Evening News anchors. First time for CBS in that. So we have good stuff to celebrate. Good stuff. Thank you for that, little baby. Um, So, oh yeah, y'all give a good shout out in the chat to Jay Thomas for coming up on here. Sometimes when you come out the bushes, it's not easy to come on live and talk and add good commentary, which Jay Thomas did. Thank you, Jay, for coming on. You're welcome on here. Again, if you so choose to come on and talk politics with me. Even somebody told me that I can be intimidating on camera, and I don't think I'm intimidating. I'm one of the nicest people I know. But Shondo's around the building for Jay Thomas for coming on. Thank you, sir, for adding to the commentary. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the politics of it all. The politics of it all. We will stay updated on this stuff. You know, yesterday was the deadline to vote in not to vote, to register to vote in Georgia for the runoff elections. And so we'll see how that goes on January 5th. The runoff election is January 5th, which also happens to be 4 days after my birthday, as well as the day that we will commemorate 109 years of the greatest fraternity in the world, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Okay. So I'm sorry. I said 109. That would be 110. Excuse me. Oh God. I'm gonna have to get in the cut for that. We will be 110 years. I'm thinking 2020. No. We will be 110 years old. Excuse me. Bad. Bad L Teddy. I might have to put myself in the cut for that. No, we will be 110 years old. My fraternity on January 5th. Hey, Miss Baythang. Yeah. I mean, Trump is running up on Safe Harbor anyway, so Safe Harbor comes on December 14th. So it's not a whole lot they can do. Any other questions, comments, and concerns? Rude remarks before we get off? I had a great time, like normal, with y'all. When I can L up, I will. I end up working a lot of times at night because I have to, because my boss. Me and my boss rarely ever work at, because I'm his second in command, so we rarely work at the same time. So of course, he's my boss. He's going to pick the morning times so that he can get the better shift and he can be home and give me, a lot of evening times. It happens. I do want to talk about the young man in Ohio. I might not get to it until Silly Saturday. But I want to talk about the young man in, I believe, Ohio, who was killed going into his own home. Grandmother watched the police shoot him dead. It was what? Yesterday or day before yesterday. I saw the story of the young man who was gunned down in his own yard, going into his own home. Black man. So sad. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. So I might tackle that on Saturday during Silly Saturday. We did a whole snack segment at the beginning of this live. I did a whole snack segment at the beginning of this live. I'm about to, when I get off here, I'm about to open these and go watch some television. Listen, I know I owe y'all, I think, 2 weeks worth of For Life. For those people who look for my reviews for For Life, I'm going to do episodes 2 and 3 in one review. And then I think this week is week 4. And so hopefully I'll get to that tomorrow. Be that as it may, this is my week to catch up on 4 Life. So look for me to catch up on 4 Life this week. For my people looking for my reviews for 4 Life, look for me to catch up. I've just been busy. Sorry. All right. So that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out.